Sometimes you just gotta take it easy, you know? After a long day of work and whatnot, you gotta do another part of job, which is streaming. In which case, you play as a guy who does power washing in his day-to-day life. It's kind of weird, but you know what? If it gets your mind regulated and soothed, then who am I to argue, eh? Who am I to argue in that regard? Hope you all doing well. Ready for another Power Wash Simulator stream with my boy Sparky here. And Jackal, who is somewhere. I don't know where, but I'm sure he's around. He usually watches me, but either way, it's time to take it easy. Enjoy a nice glass of water or some grapes or whatever the case may be. I'm actually going to get some grapes, actually. I have some in the freezer. Delightful treat, frozen grapes. If you have not tried it, I would recommend it, especially if you mix it with like some drinks or whatnot. But other than that, I hope you all are doing well. And without further ado-da-do-da-day, let us get started right into the beginning of it. Like I said before, I'm just going to quickly get some grapes, because I would like a snack while I'm doing this, so be right back, don't you worry. I'll just stare at you in the meanwhile. They're not just any grapes, they're frozen cotton candy grapes, so they got some special flavoring to them for extra delightfulness. Just gonna remind myself not to let them melt too quickly, otherwise they'll just have, I guess, regular grapes. When I think about it. But either way, let us get right back into the beginning of this, because if I recall correctly, we have two big ones to deal with. Specifically, a whole tree house, which I think it's just like a natural tree, like playground park. And then one is an actual temple. So that's fun. Next to my farm lives an order of the nicest, kindest, non-verbal monks whose temple is currently caked in manure, top to bottom. It's a heck of a story. I'll fill you in as you go, but basically they're not here right now, and I thought you'd take the right and neighborly of me to get housed down for the absence. Something to give them a boost while they return. This one, they sure could use one. Completing a nice temple for some monks. Sounds pleasant enough. I have my mouse and my controller ready to go, so without further ado-da-do-da-day, I just have to walk through the pathway here to get started. Is it just the temple itself? Kind of looks Nordic in a weird way. Strange that this whole thing is covered in manure and not anything else around it, which is odd, but this game do be like that sometimes, so you never know. Righty-tighty. I'll start from the bottom and then see if I can work my way down, because I think there is something up there. There's a gnome up there for some reason. Not sure what he's doing up there, but his presence piques my interest if I can make it to his location. That would be nice. Oh, I got some bird poop here too. Lovely. Now I understand why I'm wearing this full body suit. So I don't have to worry about the smell lingering in my nose or my body for that matter. That and protection of the water, of course, but still. Goes a little bit more than that. Can I get up here? It looks like I can. I feel like I could. I want to, but the game doesn't let me, and I'm sad about it. Come on now. Let me up. Let me up. Please. Wonder if I have to bring the ladder up. Oh, never mind, I got it. What a good. Oh, there goes the gnome. It's a pretty sturdy gnome. Right. Let's see. Start with the green one. So, where to start? Yes, do tell. Very curious to know what the story behind this place is. I think the next two places are going to be fully wood-based, it seems. Well, you know about the Major's pipeline diverting all the water to the river to a secret mining rig, right? Is this the secret mining rig they're talking about and he just covered it up? These monks have relied on that river to water their crops for a time immemorial, and now those crops are failing. Let me see. No wonder the mayor gets so much, like, crap thrown at him in his house. Makes sense to me now. Mayor certainly doesn't sound like he's winning any brownie points with these people. One had to imagine. But recently got into a new, I mean, I liked it before, but a new fascination with, like, retro wave music, so sticking with it for a time being. I know my character doesn't seem totally, like, retro wave based, but I like the vibes it gives. Especially if you've got, like, some nice saxophone to go with it, too. I think it's, like, ones like the Midnight. Their music's wonderful, and it has a really good saxophone. Would highly recommend trying them, listening them out, if you are so willing. Remember, a friend of mine showed me a music video of some, like, retro wave music and whatnot, which was, it was good. Don't get me wrong, it was pretty good, but, and then I showed them the Midnight, and they were immediately like, oh yeah, this is better. This has got a way better saxophone, so. Would highly recommend trying them out. Give them a listen. You got some stuff to do. Would also recommend listening and watching the Ace Attorney playthrough me and Peach have done for the past, I want to say, 3 weeks now? We'll be continuing tomorrow and Wednesday. It'll be like part 6 and 7, I believe, so looking forward to that for sure. It's been quite fun with all the antics and characters we get to voice and the circumstances and events that happen throughout the trials as the case becomes more and more elaborate and complex as we try to find a way through the truth. It's been quite an eventful ride. I look forward to the one or later cases to come. But remember, no spoilers. Peach, specifically. I don't want them getting their experience diminished by some ignorant people who want to share the game. I never understood people who are like that. People who are just like, I'm going to be a scumbag and ruin this experience for these people because I don't have anything better to do in my life. It makes me sad. It's been a while since I've done an art stream, mainly because the Ace Attorney stuff has been occupying my artistic talents. But hopefully, after I move to my new place, I can finally get that regulation sorted back up again. I still need to finish 2 background images for some offline screens. One for myself and one for Peach, specifically, so good to get back on track with that. And hopefully in my new place I can start doing some pencil and paper drawings again. Be a nice way to get a rough idea, or a rough sketch anyway, or at least a basic layout, and then I could like take a screenshot of it, upload it to my computer, and then polish it up at the end. I think that'd be a nice touch to it. I know a couple of artists that do that themselves, and it's been quite handy for them, so might be a tactic I do in the future. And I think I've done that before, but not as often as I should, or could. Kind of weird to think that in about 2 days from now, it's going to be like the beginning of May. How does time go by so quickly? Did it always feel like this? I don't remember feeling it going by this quickly when I was a kid. Maybe it did. Perhaps. I'm not sure. Sometimes it feels like it's going down to a crawl, and then sometimes it feels like you blink and the day's already done. Strange. But as long as you enjoy the most of you can, through the good times and the bad times. If you are having a bad time right now, remember, you're gonna have some bad times to balance out the good times. Granted, you probably want more good times than bad times, but like everything, it won't last. This too shall pass, says the great words of Gandalf. It's not our decision what happens in our circumstances at times, but we can do what we can to prepare for when the times come. Something like that. I don't know. I haven't seen The Lord of the Rings in a while. And I've only watched the first movie, so I should watch the second one and third one again. I have to ask my folks if they have a copy of it on DVD. Because if possible, I'd like to watch it while doing art and whatnot. Or something like that. I think that might be a good idea. As I fall down. I can see why this was a $750 job. Wonder, can I pick up the gnome? I can. Why would I want to pick up the gnome, though? It's a monk gnome. Can't even rotate it. Gnome. If it isn't, the frog enjoy themselves. How you doing? Good to see you. I've always been curious, if you ever did come on stream sometime, even if you didn't talk, it'd be nice to have like a little frog figurine. Or like Zizzy wearing a frog onesie or something like that. I think that'd be cute. Doing good? Good to hear. That is what we want to hear here. But even if you are not, we appreciate your company either way. Oops. I've said this before, but the problem with me using my mouse to like spray things down is that sometimes it goes off the game screen. So if I click on something, it'll automatically go to the next tab. The frog figure would be hilarious. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I'm going to say Pando, the one that I used to show Sparky on screen here. I think they might have like a frog avatar in the works, something like that. I know they had like a poll going on where they wanted like a new character, so who knows? You might get a frog, we'll see. I mean, I've made a panda penguin with Squishmallow, so. And I've made Peach into a sheep. And I've made Johnny into a cuttlefish, so. You never know. You just need a frog avatar for Tower Unite. Or something in a frog outfit, who knows. It's a wonderful creature, a frog. It can be so cute and simple and yet so dangerous and poisonous depending on which kind you're looking at. Makes me wonder though, what's more lethal, a toad or a frog? I don't know any like poisonous toads per se. Frogs for sure, but not toads. A cuttlefish? Cuttle with a T. They're not huggable. They're very poisonous and dangerous. I've asked Johnny themselves, they don't like hugs. In a desperate act, the head monk sent them out on a pilgrimage of faith. Okay. Now, I've no mind where they were headed, only know that there are a vast multitude of eggs. Eggs? Oh! You know, I'm starting to piece things together now. Considering what happened in the mayor's house. Makes a lot more sense now. Although I wouldn't say that was a test of faith per se. It's more like an act of revenge. Kind of uncharacteristic of a monk, but You know, I've heard monks do weirder things in, like, fantasy settings, so I'm not one to judge. There's a poisonous toad, a cane toad. Okay. I guess there would be, like, poisonous amphibians and lizards of all kinds. Can I have the one that you pick it up and then it starts making a cute squeaking sound? Which is supposed to be a war cry, but it just sounds like a dog toy. You know the one. But in fact, this is the sound of a very angry frog. Ferocious. Well, I mean, as long as their mess is to be clean, then I would be the one to clean them. Strangely enough, though. Just find it funny how the pieces are coming together of, like, what's happening in these circumstances. Like, why is this house covered in manure? Why is the mayor's house covered in eggs? Was it some angsty teenagers who wanted to rebel against him? No, it turns out it was just some monks that were upset because the mayor poisoned their water supply for their crops. Contaminated it with filth and grime. Makes me wonder where I got my water supply from. Now I think about it. Considering how much I use for these jobs. Huh? Yeah. Apparently these monks were using a water supply to use their crops that the mayor, I want to say unintentionally, but I could be wrong, poisoned or corrupted with, like, filth and grime for a project, and that thus destroyed their crops or, like damaged their crops. So as a action of, like, faith, as they say, they went back to the mayor's house with a bunch of eggs and then egged their place. It's basically what happened. From what I'm understanding, anyway. As simple as this game is, it does have some pretty funny storytelling. In fact, I recall one of the places was like a daycare for children that you had to clean up. And the person that was messaging you apparently had their phone taken by a child. So you would just have messages like, I went to the bathroom, spelled incorrectly. Or, I would like a lunch, please, or something like that. And then at the end, you'd be like, I'm so sorry, kid had my phone the entire time. Hopefully it doesn't send anything weird to you. It could be a bit silly. Not to mention all the DLC or, like, crossover events you have with, like, Wallace and Gromit, or even, like, Final Fantasy 7 with, like, Cloud and Tifa and Shinra. There's even one with SpongeBob and Shrek. It do be a little strange. Like most things. Most things in life. Not even like most things I play, just most things in life, period. They could be a little strange, and I wouldn't have it any other way. As long as the strange is PG-13. At least. Anything high, you need to go to a different channel. I did play the Shrek pack. I have yet to play any of the DLC packs as far as I know, anyway. Aside from, like, going to Mars, but I think that was just, like, a bonus job within the main game. We'll see if this music gets me, like, my audio muted during the entire time to be sure. If it doesn't, then I'll keep using it, but otherwise, If it does, I'll make sure not to use it again for next time. I have other tracks to use for sure. I just wanted to try a more chill and retrowave vibe, as I said before. We shall see indeed. And by we, I mean me. And if this VOD gets posted, anyway. At least it'll give me a reminder to upload the other VODs I've been making the past few days to YouTube. My YouTube account is not nearly as possible or popular as my Twitch account, obviously, but it's nice to get some stuff that is more permanent rather than just stuff that lasts for like 2 weeks and then is gone forever, never to be seen again. Mainly because I don't record stuff with OBS unless it's like a surprise stream or whatnot. I'm curious to see how the stream on Wednesday will work out, because I have one going on at 4:30 with Jake the Lemur for their birthday. They're going to be playing some Repo for a bit. Will be fun and nice and hopefully enjoyable and probably very chaotic, to say the least. But afterwards, I'll be doing my like continuation of the Ace Attorney series with Peach on their channel. So be active for sure, considering the fact that I have an eye exam before both of them. So hopefully that'll be all right. I do love me some eye exams. And by love, I mean I hate getting sprayed in the face with like wind and droplets of water and stuff like that. Or whatever they use to like make your eyes like very wide for whatever reason. It's painful. But you gotta deal with it anyway. Looking forward to seeing that. I'm looking forward to being part of it too. Be quite wacky and zany. I'm sure there'll be many people to interact with this year, because the only person I will know will be Jake, but hopefully everybody else will get along and we'll have a good time with it. I'm unsure how long it'll go for, considering on their time it'd be like 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, so probably 3 hours at most, or at least anyway, if I had to guess. We'll see. Who knows? Either way, I hope they have fun. That's the main purpose of the stream, is to have fun with Jake on their birthday. Actually, before I continue on, while we're on the subject, let me see if I can get this sorted out. Because I'm just logging in my psychics every time. Need to remind myself to do that before stream, just to get that out of the way. But I can give them a shout out, just so y'all know what we're talking about.
Is this Resident Evil?
Do what we warned, they're a lot more phallic than I am, but probably goes on the fact that they're very excitable too. They have a lot of energy, which is admirable, to say the least.
When the fuck did 50 Cent get video games? Oh, never mind.
Admirable, admiral, whichever one you want to say.
Well, you don't know who 50... Hold on. Wait, hold on, Oliver. You don't know who 50 Cent is?
I wonder if there's a way to set up so I can just do that and do a shout out at the same time, but I'm unsure right now. Either way, that'll work. I need to remind myself to wipe my desk afterwards because the grapes can make it a little bit sticky. Even when they're in the bag. How is this thing being highlighted, I wonder? I thought about continuing on the Metopia playthrough, just because we're getting near the end, or the main story anyway. But I figured I'd say that for next week. And don't even get me started on Oblivion, I still need to play that, considering the fact that the remaster came out about like a few days ago, so. Although I will save my money for it because I want to get it for a cheaper price at the moment, or at least until I get paid either way too. Just gotta be patient. A lot of stuff to do, indeed. So many games to play, so little time. There's still a whole plethora of games I want to stream at some point, but alas, my schedule can sometimes interfere with plans. Or my fatigue and mental stability. My mental capabilities, rather. It's so fair, law. I mean, unfortunately, we can't always be in like top physical and mental standards, to be sure. Sometimes life can be very fatiguing in both of the mind and the body, whether it be through circumstances or people. Mainly people, but still. Sometimes it gets you. And you gotta take a moment to be like, no, what? I need to relax. I need my time to readjust and get my just where's the best back. Need to be the best if I want to stream the best, so something like that. I didn't quite catch that to be sure, but I want to make sure my throw is working this time. Let me just test one on myself just to be sure. Ah, yes, it is working good. I need to remind myself to add some more things to throw at myself. Maybe an attorney's badge. Anywho, while the monks were gone, we had a freakish winter. Or freakish twister, rather. First thing, scooped all of the freshly laid manure from my farm and deposited it all over their temple. Just their temple? That seems a bit surprising in my case. Considering everything else around here was pretty clean. Including the fence. Strange. But I'll take your word for it. Well, what I know, I'm just a guy who cleans up all the mess from the buildings and vehicles and such. I'm just a cleaner guy. How about the thinker? I don't want to die, Dolly. That thing has killed 2 people. I don't want it to kill me, too. That thing's lethal. Larry made a very lethal clock, I'll have you know. I have to figure out what sound effect it would be. It could just be the regular thump, but we'll see. But yeah, the finger, either no matter which way you aim it at, whether it be from the head or the pommel, it'll kill you real good. Very lethal. Oh, I just realized these are called buttresses. Ever since I heard that word in that one Gravity Falls episode, I've always wondered what they meant by that. An elven buttress. When facing yon adversary, shield thyself with an elven buttress. A strange name. Different times, I suppose. Gonna jump around and get these if I can. Another grape. I like cold food, like ice cream and whatnot. Problem I have is I need to be cautious around my teeth because they're very sensitive. I'm a very sensitive soul. Spray the gnome. The gnome's not dirty. It's a pretty sturdy gnome. I mean, considering the fact that it was on the top of this whole building and then it fell down to the ground and it's still intact. Pretty thick gnome. Definitely not made out of, like, clay or something like that. I can get that? Yeah. Doesn't stop me from eating it, but I need to be cautious if I use, like, my front teeth, for example. And it's like, no! But I usually work my way around it. I know there's like some toothpastes out there that like help you with sensitive teeth and gums, but I still got a package of like toothpaste that I need to use. Comes in a 4-pack, and they usually last about like 3 months per pack. Oh my goodness. I need to change that like raid shout out because boy howdy, it catches me off guard. But how you doing there, Lucatronosaurus? Good to see you. Hope you had a good time. That scared me. Now you know how I feel. It wakes you up real good. You come into my space, you get raided with a surprise shock on your eardrums. But either way, how you doing? For those that don't know me, I am Jess West the Best. I'm a variety streamer and 2D animator and artist. I do a couple of games such as like fantasy games, platformers like Crash Bandicoot or Mega Man, and recently been playing Ace Attorney with Peach Cola Exists, which has been quite fun. Let me give you a shout out here while I can. If I could spell your name correctly, considering how extravagant it is. There we go. Well, I hope you had a good time. If you need to eat, sleep, use the facilities, all that jazz, fair enough. But either way, appreciate you dropping in, saying hi, and I hope you enjoy the time you're here.
Ariel,
You have a...
just
My brain hurts.
close to you now.
Did I hit you with too much psychic damage?
Ariel,
I think it was Wind
just
Waker, if I'm not mistaken. 'Cause I did something to say hi before.
down.
From what I
You
saw, it
didn't
was very fiery and
Those
painful with lots of bats.
bones in the ground.
Ooh, a singing clip of mine.
You
I want to
didn't
do a
put
singing stream at some point with karaoke
Those
and whatnot.
bones
But I'm concerned about...
in the ground.
I mean, I guess it wouldn't really matter because I don't usually keep those VODs anyway, so... Now I think about it. But who knows? Maybe when I play a Yakuza game, I could do some karaoke. Just singing along with the characters and whatnot. You can see how poorly I sing. Or good, depending. Yakuza. I have Yakuza 0 that I have not played yet, but I have an idea for that come later in the year. Don't you worry, it'll come. Even have to put other games on hold for now. Or when the time comes anyway, I will surely stream it again. With a little friend of mine. By little I mean invisible. Unless you summon him. And for those that know, you know. But again, thank you very much for the raid, and I hope you enjoy your time here. The best Gengar that I know. I'm currently cleaning a monk's temple out of manure. For some reason, it's covered in manure because of a tornado, apparently, so... Not sure how or why that got started. But I am here to clean it up, no matter how long it takes. I'm over halfway done, but not by much. But here, we're here to have a good time and chill. Invisible summonable friends, yes. It's more like he comes into my place and dualizes with me and then takes hold for a bit. He's been seen a couple of times, mainly when he was playing Batman Arkham Knight. It was when he was mainly showcased, as well as Resident Evil 4, but that one was cut short because for some reason the game files kept corrupting and making all the characters and enemies look very strange. Not to mention the cutscenes were delayed, but that was like the 2005 version of the game, so it wasn't like the remaster of the new one. Maybe I should get him to play that one instead next time. We'll see. We have other games to play for sure. You want me to eat a snack? Okay, I have some grapes. Grapes for me. You know what? Let's kick it up a notch. Got some cheese sticks out in here too. Good old cheese strings to eat and enjoy. You always have the most random snacks. I also have a jar of pickles next to me too, to be sure. You know, you gotta have some variety, you know? Maybe someday you'll catch me eating a peanut butter and pickle sandwich, just like we have some out for the chat. Or maybe you'll catch me eating like some black licorice or something like that. You never know. Who are you to judge my snacks? You guys eating your sushi and whatnot. That's what I call weird. Seafood in general. Couldn't imagine eating that on the regular or enjoying it. Stuff like pickles and peanut butter and black licorice and whatnot. I don't mind black licorice, but I'm not a big fan of pickles for some reason. I mean, I don't like bread and butter pickles, because those are abominations, but good old dill pickles, I'll have those any day. Can you imagine how the monks would have felt if they returned to their temple completely caked in cow excrement? I can only imagine. I mean, for anyone, you see this, you see it as a sign, right? A sign of what, exactly? The end times, or just a like desiccation of the temple? Strange. I don't think I can get this cleaned up before they arrive back. I mean, I don't see anybody while I'm doing my job, so for all I know, all these things could just be part of my head, but I'm sure I have a personal life outside of when I'm doing this anyway. The power washing? Yes. I mean, when I'm power washing, there's nobody in the area at all. Even in like a neighborhood or in the city. You don't see anybody around. Just yourself. I mean, the only time you'd see another person is if you're doing a job with like co-op. But that's about it. Otherwise, it's just you and the gnomes. The gnomes that are just around the area for whatever reason, like this guy. This little fella. Hello, buddy. I'm gonna put you on the stool. If I can. There you go. Solitary work. Yeah, I suppose so. I guess in that regard, you don't have to worry about accidentally power washing somebody, because these things can hold up to like 2,100 psi to 3,000 psi, so that's more than enough to rip off the skin of your flesh. He's got a gnome. Yes, the gnome is my friend. It's like that one gnome in Left 4 Dead. The healing gnome, as it were. Yum. What do you mean, yum? What is with you, like, you and Rathikins both want to get sprayed with this power washer, and I don't understand why. Granted, you're not human flesh, or you're not human, neither are they, but still, getting power washed hurts. I want to be very clear on that. It's not something to enjoy. It's not like you're getting sprayed with you like an elephant or whatnot. And even then, they just use like a regular hose. Or something like that. It's painful. It's like getting hit with like a hydroblast or something like that. You're a Pokemon, you know what that's like. I hope. It's not like the silly video where you see like somebody watering their plants and then they turn around and then spray their dog in the mouth to hydrate them. Yes, thank you for the hydrate too for Sparky. Hydrate the fox properly. Well, if it isn't Squishy Mellow themselves. How is the Panda Penguin doing? Good to see you. Lovely to see you around here. Dropping in to say hello. Could you imagine a Gengar giving the trainer, or having the trainer give water from a hose like that? I mean, Gengar's got pretty big mouths. So I feel like you could like throw a whole bucket of water in their mouth, and they take the whole thing at once. They got some weird anatomy, I'll tell you what. Although it would make sense in like a... can't remember what the base evolution of a Gengar is. You go to their black hole stomach. I got a food so desperate of need of OJ. Ooh. I mean, I'm orange, but I don't have any juice, so... I hope I can do anyway, but hopefully you recover soon. Getting sick is never fun. Take it from me. I remember playing Hollow Knight with a harsh voice where I could barely speak. I think there's a clip of me doing that somewhere. When I was going through an ordeal of a mission where I had to bring back a flower without getting hurt in the process. In an area where the walls and floor and everything else is covered in thorns. It was an ordeal, to say the least. It's not fun. As for orange, here you have orange. Let me give you orange real quick. There's your orange. Free orange courtesy of Jess. Everyone in chat, give Squish your oranges. She needs the oranges. The citrus delight. The citric acid in her body to burn away the flu, wreaking havoc on their systems. That's not orange, that's a taco. That's not an orange, that's a taco. All I have are tacos, so I mean, that's fair. Close enough. I mean, it is a food, so I'm sure somehow you can put orange, like citrus acid or something like that in a taco or something like that. I don't know. Seems strange to me. It's so strange it's rendered me unable to speak properly. What have you done to me? Tacos are still acceptable. I mean, who doesn't enjoy a good old taco? Although I'm a pretty basic guy when it comes to tacos, where it's just like beef, cheese, and lettuce, and that's about it. Burritos I'm a bit more eccentric with, I suppose. But a taco I like to keep it plain and simple. You put like salsa or like sour cream on that, I'm gonna be upset. Makes me feel better. I got this salt. I mean, if they're lacking sodium, I suppose that's good. I wouldn't suggest ingesting salt straight up, though. Maybe if your like throat's having trouble, you just put some salt in some water and then gargle it. I've heard that's a good solution. I've tried it a couple of times myself. I just prefer tea. I wonder, do I have any emotes that I could use that would help? Maybe. I'm curious now. Peaches have like vitamin C in them, right? Or some sort of vitamins. That'll work, right? I can't have salt water. Fair enough. Not to drink. To put in your mouth and gargle. I would not recommend ingesting salt water. It's not very pleasant. Definitely not good for you. But it's like some soup. Some nice tasty soup. Good old chicken noodle. I offer you waffles. I offer you PB and jelly. I mean, we have PB and pickles here, not PB and jelly. Although I do enjoy a good old classic peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Maybe I'll have one tomorrow for breakfast. We'll see. Whew. I'm getting tired. Granted, this music is supposed to help you like with sleeping and studying and whatnot, so maybe it's hypnotizing me to make me eepy. I don't like it. Get it out. Sorry. You know, I kind of realized something as I've been doing this. I think it's like May 7th, or coming close to it anyway. It's going to be like a whole year since I've been streaming. And a lot has happened since then. Maybe I should do like a compilation video of like clips and whatnot and moments with a nice thank you note at the end. Might be something I could do. I do have shorter hours at work, so I could probably get some time to do that. We'll see. But either way, it's been quite a journey, but I look forward to seeing how it progresses as we go along. Who knows? Maybe at some point in time in my years I'll finally become an affiliate. Not affiliate, at like a... What's the term? Partner? That's the one I'm thinking of, partner. Who knows? I mean, I just did this for fun and just to like get these games in my library to some use, considering I have so many of them. To showcase off my 2D animation and art skills, to make some friends as we go along this crazy journey together of life. You know, just to have fun with it. I never saw this as like a way of getting profit or making money or something like that. I just did it for just getting more connections out there, making more friends, supporting the homies, all that good stuff. Like you and Squish, or Lucatronosaurus. Spending time with old friends like Dolly. Meeting new friends like Peach and Virgil. It's been a wild ride, and I wouldn't have it any other way. There'll be good days and bad days to be sure, but I'm glad to have you guys here with me, so thank you. To you. Maybe you're just walking home from the bus ride home. You have a fever? You have the flu and you went to work? Jakers. Kudos to you, but my word. As a man who's done that himself, I can only sympathize. I never take any sick days myself, mind you. Not one. But nice to connect, of course. I'm very happy to have met you. I don't even remember how it happened. I think I remember just looking at your thing on like a Discord server when you were self-promoting, and I was like, that's a Gengar. I'm gonna follow him. And now here we are. Two friends continuing to support each other as the days go by. Although unlike you, or rather like unlike you, I don't have a VTuber, but I want to do that at some point in time in my life. Maybe I could commission Caffeine, Kobold, or Mackenzie. Who knows? Caffeine's Canadian, so might have a better way of payment through her. But we'll see. Maybe if I get skilled enough and I can figure it out, I can do one myself, but we'll see. At the very least, I can get the placements down, so maybe I can get Cass help on that. Who knows? Come on, I found at least you found one for free. I mean, that's nice and all, but I would like one myself. No, it's like personally designed to meet my standards, as it were. Kind of like how I commissioned Owl to make me a NecoArc PNG tuber to meet with my standards and my personality. Which you can also summon if you got enough channel points for it. It's happened a couple of times. I don't know who keeps summoning him, but somebody does. And I appreciate it because I like showing case their art. They did a wonderful job with it, and I'm always happy to use it every single time. Sometimes I just use it for free just because I like showcasing it either way. Recently I did use like a Vroid like 3D tuber. I remember doing that in one playthrough of Metopia anyway. Or one stream of it. I might use it again. I think I remember making a redeem for it to be sure. I could check. In case I forgot about it. How'd that go? It was good. I enjoyed it. It worked quite nicely. I like the layouts it has to it. There are some limitations locked to it for sure, but for the main part, it works quite well. And yes, I did remember to make it as a redeem as well, in case you wanted to see that work out. For some reason, I couldn't use like the regular like VTube, like I want to say, the Vroid Studio to like showcase it. So I thought, get the whole thing cleaned off, say the Twister gave the temple some kind of sacred hose down instead. Ah, okay. I mean, that's nice. That's the thought that counts, I suppose. A little miracle just between the two of us. I see, I see. But yeah, I was just saying, for some reason, the, like, regular, like, program to use the models with, for some reason, doesn't allow the current, like, model to be used, because it's, like, outdated or whatnot. But thankfully, I found some other program to use it with, so, and it worked out quite well. Thankfully. Maybe I'll make one for Jackal, too, who knows. There's a bunch of free assets to use for it, so who knows? We'll see. If I had like a 3D model to use of Jackal, though, I'd definitely use that for my streams, but I've yet to find one. I know Jackal is not my character. Why is... What? Who keeps throwing stuff at me? Is it working even? I tried it earlier to be sure. Why? It was working earlier. Why is it not working again this time? Why does it keep telling me to calibrate it? Did I accidentally press something out of it to be sure? Let me see. It should be working now. Hopefully. Try it myself to be sure. I don't know why. I'm try resetting it to be sure. Sometimes this thing works, sometimes it causes bother and befuddle. And I would bring them back to be sure, or like refund your points to be sure, but there are a lot of points. So instead I'll just do this. Either way, good to see you, Peach. How you doing? Thanks for dropping on in and saying hi. Very strange, though. I'm good I just got home. I'm full of caffeine. I can tell. But I'm glad that you're doing well. What is going on with my things? And why are they being so mean? If I try the testing, it's fine. Well, trust me, they don't need to worry about that. They need to worry about me figuring out why this isn't working. Refresh the source? Could try that. And then I'll do... Let me see. This. Well, that's strange. Wonder if I'd have to do it through Twitch itself. Apologies for the delay. But sometimes you gotta have some bother and befuddle to do this. It's classic stream shenanigans, I'm sure, but at the same time, why does that to be so frustrating to me? I need to remind myself to get these checked out beforehand just to make sure they work. Gonna work now? That's just odd. I might have to reset it manually here instead. Do that. Yeah, boy. Yeah, push comes to shove, I can just do something else with it, but I'm unsure why it's causing this issue, to be frank. It's fine, I guess so, but still, I want you guys to have fun with this while you're doing it with me. But it might have to be something I can work on afterwards, or after stream anyway. Anyway, for the sake of everybody else, I would probably recommend just using other redeems right now until the meantime. So I'll just turn those off so that people don't waste their points on any accident. It works for when I'm getting raided and followed and whatnot, but not when I'm being thrown at regularly. Just strange to me. Anyway, continuing on, before I get any further delayed. I hope that wasn't delayed too long. But again, thank you for being here and putting up with my shenanigans. Before I forget, Peach, make sure to send Squishmallow some orange juice, because they have a flu, apparently. If you are able. Or tacos, apparently. Tacos also work. Like through the mail? I don't mean just through this chat. I mean, if you actually want to send orange juice to them through mail, I'm sure they appreciate it, but I'm concerned whether how fresh it would be by the time it arrives. Seems like a lot of work just to send some orange juice to somebody. With how much time I've been spending in this place, I'm concerned that I'm not going to be able to do the jungle gym or the like jungle park after this, considering how big it'll probably be. I might have to do some of it and come back for another time, to be sure. But if there's another job that's shorter, I could probably do that afterwards. Who knows? Maybe I could do one of the bonus ones just to fill in some time. By the way, I was going to say, are we still good for tomorrow, Wednesday, just to be sure? I am if you are. And hopefully tomorrow I won't be awake for like 20 hours. At least 18. Yes, sir. Fantabulous. Looking forward to hanging out with more Salmonella. By hanging out, I mean putting him in jail somehow. Surely that man's done something wrong that's worth putting in prison. Surely. Send them all to jail? Not everybody. Penny's pretty good. Not to mention Miss Oldbag already went to jail and she was fine. Plus, Detective Gumshoe definitely does not belong in jail. The poor boy's been through enough. Despite our frustration with him last time, it turned out to be quite helpful, so... By the way, I'm done to ask as well. Did you catch that message that I sent to you on your stream last night? It was something I sent before I went to bed. I wanted to make sure you saw it was very important. Which one? We were really into repo, so I might remember. I mean, it was only one word to be sure, but it was just said short. That's all. I thought I'd let you know. I can't throw stuff at you right now, but I should. That's the point. I did that on purpose. Not really, but still. Makes me kind of glad. I can throw stuff at myself for you. I can help. Hold on. I feel nothing but joy, knowing that I've angered the peach. There we go. How come you don't get a throw redeem for yourself, huh? Is it because you're scared? You know what I think? I think you're just scared. You're scared of being thrown at by things of various objects and such. You don't embrace the chaos like I do. The chaos like I do. No, because I'm too lazy and tired to get up to settle up Lamau. I mean, it's not that difficult to do, to be honest, but I guess I can understand it. You did the, like, video one that I showed you to get that, like, whole congratulations redeem set up, so. If you could do that, surely you could do that, right? Dig deep inside yourself and pull out the Sifrin that's inside of you. Pull out the Don Quixote that's sitting inside of you. Probably if I went up high again. I'm kind of glad there's nobody around here because oftentimes I just like forget to turn off the auto spray. So if there's just somebody sitting, if there was somebody sitting next to me, one I would just be like, swish. Next thing they know, their arm's off. You're never truly alone in Power Wash Simulator. I mean, I'm never truly alone, period. Because I have you guys with me. But I also have gnomes, I suppose. If that's what you're referring to. When I finish this place, I might just take a moment to try and calibrate the throw thing again. Just because it's still bothering me, but... Oh. No, I have to go at the top. Otherwise, my head bonks into the roof of this thing. I wonder why they make it so difficult to navigate. There we go. There we go. I'm doing good. I mean, to be honest, I had a kind of a rough incident at work, but overall it was nice. And it turned out A-okay, which I'm very thankful for. I was worried I was going to make that. Some fresh water for me. I wonder if I should give myself a head pet redeem. I mean, I do have a high five one, but that's more so for you guys. I mean, I enjoy high fives too, so who knows? There we go. This is where the like tedious part of the game comes in, just trying to find all the nooks and crannies of like where the grime is left. There we go. I'm getting through the bit of it here. It looks a lot more refined than it did before when it was all covered in manure. From a twister, apparently. Still a bit sketchy about that, but... You know, I didn't witness it, so I can't say for certain. I was going by my attorney deduction reasoning here. Or something seems a bit fishy. That's my mouse sticky. Maybe because of the grapes, I had to guess. Sticky mouse! There we go. But sure to do some cleanups after stream, to be sure. To be sure and per se have become my judges and I sees, as I realized. See if I can bring this over here. Right. I think for the last bit of it, I'll bring this in just to... if I can place it down. There we go. I gotta navigate around. There we go. On top of the horsey with my incredible athletics or balancing. Would that be athletics or acrobatics? I feel like acrobatics is actually more accurate. There we are. As I keep clicking out of the game. Because there's no borders around it. I mean, I did that intentionally to be sure, to make it easier for me to go through OBS and whatnot, but it does have some pros and cons to be sure. Like all things. What's the last things we need to deal with? Window frame? On top. Let's see. Wonder if I can do this. Probably not. When does that ever stop me in other things before? Apparently this buttress needs cleaning. And there's that whole thing up there too. I'm fine. Fall damage is not a thing in this game, so therefore I have legs of tungsten or titanium. I suppose if I had legs of tungsten, I'd be going through the earth. Not quite sure. I'm gonna do some jumping and spraying for this one. Or that works too. No! I didn't want to fall. I wanted to get that last window there. Why do I have such slippery feet? It's because I've been handling water all day, that's why. To be honest, I didn't think this whole temple would take me 2 hours to do. Granted, I took like an interval just to like see if I can get my throwing thing worked out, but there we are. What else? The roof. I wonder if I can Spider-Man my way up here. Answer is yes, kind of. My character turns so slow on controller. There we go. Jolly good. What else am I missing? What more could there be? Tell me. Give me the wisdom. Roof ridges, overhang, or pedestals, walls, and window frames. Question is, where the heck are they? Roof might be the roof of like the very top here. Yes, yes it is. Question is, how do I get it up there from here? I wonder. Go up here, and then crumpety. There we are. Yeah, I see what you mean. I'll be frank, I can't really tell from without my like grime vision. So, and then this wood ridge somewhere. There it is. Right on like the mouth of it. If I can easily climb my way back up here. And then go over this side. So they didn't make this part easy, I'll tell you that. Oy. This is going to be an ordeal. I wonder if I could just get it from here. Probably not. The heck am I gonna get this mouth? Unless I do it like really quickly. No, that works too. What part of this wall is grimy? I'm trying to perceive it with my grime vision, but I don't see anything. I see something here. Oh, that was it. Okay. A window frame somewhere. Could be up there. Ah, that explains that. Nice. Easy, easy. Now just 2 figureheads and then we're done. Honestly, went a lot longer than I anticipated, but not that I'm complaining. Sometimes it do be like that sometimes. Sometimes. I don't know. But I wonder if I could do it from here. There we go. One more, whatever it may be. There we go. There's time to incite a thing, but any chance you can clean my abandoned washroom? And that doesn't sound too arduous, to be frank. Sometimes you just need a nice simple one. I be the fruit of my labor. Goodness me, they said you were the best, and now I'm a believer. The temple looks immaculate. I was going to give them such a lift, and I look forward to many more years of free labor on the farm. Thanks again. Oh, my word, what kind of washroom is this? Jacobs, that's a big washroom. But I probably will save that for another time. I could probably do one quick one. If I can, let me see. Something simple. Something small, not like a park or anything like that. Food truck, maybe. Excavator. DLC. Got a couple of cool ones for sure, but what I will probably do for the rest of the stream is trying to figure out how my K-bomb is working. So, again, appreciate you guys being here and being part of this. Hope you're all doing well. For those that are sticking around anyway. Hopefully I can get this sorted out once we get this through. This is not one point types of events. It says to like use a redeem or like the Bonk's redeem settings here, and then you could just use it on your stream and then I'll get it connected. But I tried that, and for some reason it didn't work. I'm gonna try again to be sure. I might have to refresh the browser too to be sure. Security company. Well, don't you worry there, Sparky. They're gonna get that sorted out soon enough, hopefully. So then you can just pelt me with stuff as I try to do my outro in the end. Let me see. This might have to be something I have to do offline stream, just to be sure. It might not work during stream. In which case, I will just say thank you to you, yes you, for being a part of this and for watching me as I go through my struggles of figuring out how my K-bong and whatnot works. But either way, I hope you all had a good time, and again, appreciate you being here. Thank you, Luke Catronosaurus Rex, for the raid. Hope you had a good time, buddy, and get that good sleep when you need to. Thank you to Peach for saying hi. and Squishmallow, and of course Dolly Gamer for dragging in as well too. So I'll be looking forward to spending more time with Peach Cola tomorrow and Wednesday, as well as Jake the Lemur this Wednesday, so stay forward for that. And while we're here, let's find somebody to raid, shall we? I think we shall. Sounds like a good idea to me. Who is active at this time, I wonder? Why don't we say hi to Fox out there, a Christian VTuber Fox, or rather, not, I was going to just like me, but that's not correct, but for the Christian as well. And just a fun guy to be around. They're playing some Marathon right now, which it looks like a first-person shooter that recently came out, so why don't we show them some support, eh? As always and forever, be kind and considerate to those we lead into. Treat others the way you want to be treated, all that jazz, and stay strong, stay safe, and stay stupendous, everyone. I'll catch you all tomorrow. Stay cool and take care.